the races.
We're off to the races. What does that mean?
It means that we're recording.
Oh.
Okay, so that first part, base part, what is it? It was the butter and the flour?
A roux.
Yeah, the roux. That's what it's called.
Do you have your butter?
That'd be so funny if I didn't have butter.
You do have butter. But you can go by... So, let's say you put 3 tablespoons in, then you're going to do 3 tablespoons of flour. Like it's equal parts fat to flour for a roux.
So if I do a whole stick, that's 8 tablespoons of flour?
Correct. There's a rubber spatula in the drawer down there.
Okay.
Gidget, why are you in here, man?
Get out!
None of this is going to be for you. Not any. Suddenly, I'm the camera person. Guess who didn't have their flour ready either?
Alright, so I'm a person who doesn't, when it comes to tablespoons, they're like...
So, fun thing. Let that butter melt, and then just shake some flour over the top. Stir it. If it's not thick, it's still like watery. Put some more flour in. Stir it until you get like a thick paste. And from there, you'll turn the heat down a little bit so that you don't burn anything, but you're going to keep it moving until you get like a nice nutty aroma. And since you're making a cheese sauce, you're going to want to keep it really light colored. What I'm going to do with the lamb is rinse it, and then I'm going to put pockets in and stuff it with garlic. And then if somebody had gotten the right mustard, it would have been a stone ground mustard with rosemary rub on the outside. But since that's not the case, we're going to do a yellow mustard, probably a little bit more garlic, rosemary, and do that as a rub on the outside. And then it's going to go straight in the oven. Just kind of let it roast until it's up to temp. Pull it, and then it should have a nice mustard like rosemary crust on the outside. And then let it cool. And then tomorrow we can slice it up and make a board with that feta and hummus. This isn't a high production show. No one's here to shred our cheese for us. You want to keep your butter moving so that it doesn't burn. Watch you grate cheese for 30 minutes like an asshole. Put it down in the bowl.
Do it like this?
Yep.
I don't know what to do. That is so much more efficient than what I was doing.
I'm gonna go stir your butter. You never even told like the people like the video what you were making. You're just like, got some butter going.
Oh, that's right. I'm doing Gruyere mac and cheese.
Grate some cheese. Get the fuck out of the kitchen. Thank you.
At some point, we should get Brennan here because my daughter said she wanted to be the villain of the show. I don't think a cooking show has ever had a villain.
The bad part is, though, that she said she wanted to be the villain and instantly grabbed a jug of oil. Gidget, out of the kitchen.
Burn the fire.
I'm going to grade the other block for you because that's painful to watch.
Stop it. Alright. Ourselves a bunch of cheese there.
Kind of cheese.
I went with a medium cheddar. That's not the important cheese of Gruyere mac and cheese.
Shake it like you mean it.
I wasn't sure.
There you go. There you go. It looks a little runny. You might want to add a little bit more flour. Yeah, a little bit more then. switching back and forth between cameras like I'm doing shit over here.
You are doing shit.
So try bringing it together to the center of the pan. Is it still running? So add a little bit more flour to it.
Steven trying to bring it all to the center.
And as soon as you get the right consistency, you can turn the flame up a little bit. Because you're going to cook the flour. Yeah. See how it's coming together now? That's what you want. Gotta get that.
What the fuck?
Give me.
I got it.
Fun fact, when you poured in that first milk, you should have whipped it so that you can get lumps. The right amount. But you did cook the roux pretty well, so there shouldn't be any real problems. That like, is it coming apart?
And then I'm gonna mix this until it's like creamy, right?
You're gonna mix it till it gets warm. Once you start seeing like steam come off of it, that's where you can probably turn the flame up a little bit as long as you keep it moving so that it doesn't scorch the bottom. But bring the temperature up enough to melt cheese without boiling. As long as you're watching it, any temperature's fine. You just gotta keep it moving. Use those chopsticks. You move it with the chopsticks over there.
Oh.
Not the
These?
classiest of thing, but it'll get it moving. Are the cheeses going in separately, or they just get mixed in?
I was gonna mix in the Gruyere separately.
Okay. I'm gonna go get zooted soon. Leave you in here to talk to yourself too.
That's fine.
You'll still be able to hear me coughing out there because I'm gonna have the mic on me.
We should try our best to have a conversation with each other. Yeah, even though we don't know what the other saying.
Just gonna be me saying that you're a bitch over and over again.
I'm gonna just be reading the Bible.
Do you have a Bible? I don't own a Bible either. With that statement alone, we got rid of everyone we don't want watching this. It's not even on that camera. That's a weird angle. Yeah.
Can I just do I have to whisk it?
You don't have to continually whisk it. It's just you don't want it to scorch, so you need occasional movement.
Okay. That's fine. All right, if you want to go zoot, I'm gonna.
You need. Is that all the cheese you need out? You don't need anything else out of here? Say you're good, but I'm gonna come back and this place is gonna be in flames.
Hey, get out of here. Luke, you get out of here too. Luke, go. Luke, go. Go. So, I don't know what to talk about now. Now I'm also zooted. I'm going to talk about why I'm making this. I'm full for a little party and get together. But, it's a guaranteed hit. Listening to Blue Monday by New Order right now, and it's making cooking feel so intense.
Whew. I didn't turbo zoot, but I got zooted.
What?
I didn't get turbo zooted, but I did get zooted. Oh, it's hot in here.
I was just explaining to the camera, one, that I'm listening to Blue Monday.
You got music? This motherfucker's got his own music.
Trying to describe the flavor profile of Gruyere. It's not really like a stinky cheese. It's like really similar to Parmesan, Yeah.
It's that dirty foot cheese.
Yeah, Italian a little bit.
It's got that shoe-esque.
Yeah.
But I think musky might be the actual like definition of it. Dirty shoe cheese.
Yeah.
It's got like that old deli smell.
Yeah.
Let's see if there's a description on here. So we can stop saying dirty shoe cheese.
I remember your uncle one time referring to Parmesan cheese as stinky cheese. And like part of me was like, how dare you?
Yeah, well, he eats like a 5-year-old.
You got a nice shred of Gruyere.
Nah, even they didn't know how to fucking describe it. They just said exquisite cheese.
So after we get everything in the pans here, I'm going to top it with some mozzarella and provolone, just like a little bit.
How'd you get cheese over here on the computer?
I was grating the shit out of it.
Fucking going turbo on it. Alright. Well, once you add the cheese to it, it'll thicken up dramatically.
Cheese now.
Is it warm? Yes.
Yes, it's very hot.
You could also just like look across the top of the pan if you don't want to stick your hand in a boiling pan, and you will see the steam coming off the top. That also means it's hot. I have to get you an apron and then teach you to not wipe your hands on your apron either, but at least it won't look like you've been wiping your hands on your pants. Bradley. Sorry, it was rude to make fun of you on camera.
We're supposed to make fun.
But when you turned and were washing off the measuring cups, I could see shit on like the back of your pants. How close is your pasta? Do you need me to move that for you?
Plus, oh yeah, it's already really starting to thicken up.
This is where the big whisk is not ideal. You might have better luck with that small pan using the rubber spatula. Just like keep it moving. That whisk is too big for that fucking pan.
Yeah. You can just that's 4 cups of cheese.
We all believe you.
So this is gonna get really creamy, and then once we hit that Gruyere in there,
Getting a workout stirring it.
yeah,
You need more liquid in there?
this is exactly how creamy you want it. First, throw it all in. It's gonna become,
It's literally just gonna say the perfect goop.
yeah.
But
The
then you
perfect.
said you don't want it goopy.
Well, no, you don't want it gooey.
Gooey.
You want it gooey. Gooey is like stringy. You don't want stringy. But one of the reasons I'm going to do provolone, mozzarella and provolone at the top at the end, so when people bite into it later, they take that. There will be a small hole.
Your pasta looks hella done.
Yeah, the pasta is done.
Oven mitts behind you? Yeah.
What?
You need new oven mitts.
Hang on.
So that fucking thumb on that thing is so dangerous.
I know. It's the reason that the reason this one is burned on the one side is from
Being a great cook.
being a really good cook. And really, so,
The sauce looks so good.
I fucking love this. Just put a little too much.
You're gonna layer it?
What's up?
You're gonna layer it?
Yeah, we're gonna do a layer.
Remember you were like, it's gonna be steamy as fuck. It is. In a cool way. It's like you got a smoke machine over there.
This should be good. Get to the bottom. Alright, so we're gonna do layer halfway through. You don't really have to do this because it'll mostly sort of itself out in the bake.
makes you feel like you did something. I like the lasagna method.
Yeah.
I make mac and cheese. Like, I'll just make the sauce, and I'll take all the noodles and like ladle a shit ton of sauce into it,
Yeah.
and then mix it in the bowl, then pour it in the pan, and then do cheese in there, and then mix that again, and then put a layer of cheese on top, and then fucking bake it. I like watching the pour from this top angle. It's very
it's gotta look so satisfying.
It's kind of an excited feeling of just like watching cheese pour. God, I'm high. Turn it the other way so we can see you scrape that shit. There we go.
Oh yeah, I guess
see how you didn't burn the bottom of the pan? That's awesome.
Check it out.
Little
burn right
bit.
there. So this is pretty much what our consistency is.
Like that paste you used to eat at the back of the
I
classroom.
almost feel like we are good on the cheese. I don't need to add more cheese.
Shut your mouth and put the rest of that cheese in there.
Like, oh, actually, I was wrong.
Rule of mac and cheese is all the cheese.
Yeah. I did something very stupid.
Didn't put any salt, pepper, any seasoning in your cheese. Is that normal?
Oh fuck! You're right. I didn't. It's all right. It's okay.
You want to sprinkle a little salt and pepper on top of that?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I'm gonna do that before I put the other cheese on. But the stupid thing I did was I did not.
It's cool. It means we got a couple minutes. I do mine. I'll do garlic, onion powder, salt, pepper, little paprika. Yeah, I like garlic in mine. You said that like you were a vampire. You got like held on to that salt like garlic.
Well, now here I think I want to throw a little garlic.
This is your shit. Like, don't.
I know.
Just say it.
But
if you wanted it,
what is that garlic?
probably be with the spices.
I'm gonna be like try to be careful about it.
Gonna put it all right in the middle.
Oops, yeah, somebody's gonna get a very hopefully tasty bite.
Also with
I'm not good at spreading.
with like cheese sauces and stuff, it's not necessary, but a lot of times you'll use white pepper so that it doesn't have the black specks in the sauce.
Yeah.
I use black pepper because I don't have white pepper, but
Anything? No, I'm not gonna fuck.
don't fuck with
I'm
it.
not gonna fuck with it.
You're gonna have so much flavor going on with that cheese. Just that little bit of salt and pepper will make it pop.
So I'm not gonna cover the top.
Because he's a bitch.
No, this is just for almost aesthetic. And so like when they get that bite, there's like a little bit of a pull.
Yeah.
We don't want to live in the gooey zone, but we want to stop by. We want to stop there for gas.
I love the gooey zone.
I love the gooey.
Like I want to like pull mac and cheese out of the pan and just have it like, remember those Domino's pools from like way back in the day? Like, you know, when they pull the pizza up and it's just like cheese for miles. That's
Oh yeah, I love the gooey. Like the pull is like necessary for me.
Yeah, I want like a stupid amount of cheese.
Like pizza and lasagna, perfect. But with this and other kinds of mac and cheese, but this one is creamy.
You do mozz and provolone? Is that the mix that's in that bag, or you got more?
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
Sometimes just putting cheddar on the top, like the orange, looks good too.
If you're not going to use that secondary pan, what you could do is put that pan in that pan, so when you pull it out of the oven and it's hot, it won't be so floppy.
Got some noodle water. Oh, noodle water!
Anyway, this is what his mac and cheese looks like. Your computer just said, take your meds. That's important.
Luke, what are you doing? Get out of here. Alright, so...
Just waiting for an oven to preheat. We could pause and go take a quick commercial break and get more zooted.
All right, we're gonna do that. All right,
What an asshole.
we're recording again.
Oh, then that was your fault, not mine.
All right, so we're putting it in the oven at 325 degrees.
Why'd you say it like that? Right around the time that it starts to get bubbly, like you can see a bubble on the edges, and that cheese on top should start to get like that nice goldeny crispiness.
I'm gonna go 20 to 25 to 35. I'm gonna go 30. Why was I holding it?
I don't know, but I got it.
The zootiness got me.
Switch to the action shot so I can just see the zoomed in like push of the button.
All right, so you're up at that.
Oh yeah, I'll clean up your mess real quick. You know what's great? I am equally unprepared.
But you know, like food science.
Yeah, but I got hella high and like while I was downstairs in the pantry, I remember that there was a shit ton of little baby sweet peppers, and that's not their actual title. They have a name, I just don't know it. And I have red onion down there that needs to be used, so I think I'm gonna also maybe dice those up and just like layer them on the bottom of the pan and cook the roast on top of it.
Are you doing like a sauce on for the lamb?
Not today. Well, because what we're gonna do with the lamb is I'm gonna cook it and then today, and then let it cool, and then tomorrow we'll cut it into like medallions or like half slices because it's a little broader, so it'd probably be like cut into medallions and cut those in half so that like it's a nice little slice.
Yeah.
And then serve it with like feta, some hummus, maybe some olives, pita bread, maybe a naan. I don't understand why Gidget and Luke are like, I have to be
Why
in
do
here
you
right now. They don't come in.
here?
They don't come in here.
Not bad.
I'm so high, and you got to clear out the sink. I got to wash some
Alright.
meat.
This is gonna look so ridiculous.
It's that stock pot in the middle. It makes it look like
Yeah.
it's like 9 miles high. This is what happens when Brad
It's
makes.
almost
This
the same.
is what happens when Brad makes fucking mac and cheese.
When I
You get that Cinderella stack of fucking dishes. Oh, I'm high. All right, let me find a good knife. Oh yeah, I guess that's a bad statement to make. Don't get high and look for knives. We are in the break session. Well, wash
Sure.
hands, clean tools. In the 2 minutes and 30 seconds between now and when I start, I'll be perfectly fine. Get out of the kitchen. Just an empty kitchen over there. I think it's funny. So anyway, yellow mustard. You could use like a nice like stone ground mustard. But shopping things happen. Oh, son of a bitch, I gotta wash a pan to cook this fucking thing in. Hate it here. I made fun of you the entire time for being not prepared, and now is there a glass roasting dish in here? Whew, that's warm. It's real warm. Well, at least you know that like that dishwasher is sanitizing the fuck out of these. My part is the wonderful world of dishes. So we're doing lamb, but what you're gonna do with lamb, or really any protein that is a whole muscle that comes in possibly a bag, is wash it, because it's the polite thing to do. But it gets off all the the funkiness of the juice that it's been sitting in. Sometimes if you open things, especially like chicken that's in a bag, sometimes when you open it, it smells fucking bad. And that doesn't necessarily mean it has gone bad. Although if you open up that bag and it does smell like that, be cautious. But if you wash the meat and then you can smell it and it'll have like a fresh smell to it, then you know that it was the juices that was in the bag that was having that funk smell, and you washed the meat to take off the excess. But like if it smells like that when you open it, like don't just be like, oh, I washed it and it's fine. Like take a sniff. If it smells, if your brain tells you that that smells bad, it smells bad and you should throw it away. But like, yeah, but like I don't even want to put a label on it because like sometimes you smell things and you're like, oh, that doesn't smell good, but it doesn't smell sour. It doesn't smell like what it smelled like when it was bad last time.
Yeah.
But if your brain, that like primal part of your brain is like, don't eat that, don't eat it. If your brain says don't eat it, don't eat it. I left my ring on like an asshole. Sorry about that. Take off your jewelry when you wash it. Yeah. He made cheese though, so like not as bad, but food and shit gets stuck in like those rings and it's nasty. So what we're gonna do is I have this lamb roast. It's already been tied, which is awesome. I don't have to do that shit. What I'm gonna do is it's like a muscle that's been folded in half, and you have this nice fat on top. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna puncture holes down into the sides at regular intervals, and I'm gonna stuff garlic in there. This is a little bit smaller. It's a little bit smaller so that
I had no idea what you were gonna do with the lamb today. So I was like,
so I'm not gonna do a full clove in each. Like if you're doing a big roast, you can cut those pockets and just stuff it with whole cloves of garlic. This is a little bit smaller, so what I'll do is probably cut the cloves into like thirds in like a sheet, and then stuff in there like that. I already put the meat on this board, and my garlic is sitting right there, and I didn't prep it yet. So I'm gonna cut the pockets, move the meat to this pan, and then prep my garlic, remove all the peels, and then we'll go back to work. You can use any knife to do this, but use a knife you're comfortable with. Like a small paring knife is a nice knife for most people. Because most people have, or like a steak knife. Steak knives work too. Like you can take a steak knife, cut directly down into it, move it a little bit, and then you can put your finger in and make a pocket. The villain has arrived. But you can make a pocket like that with a steak knife. The only problem with this steak, there is no problem with a steak knife. It's just not as pretty.
yeah.
You don't feel as classy cutting your meat with a steak knife. But you don't want to use a knife that's too big. Like I was gonna show you with this one, which is why I brought it out.
Don't use a knife that's too big.
Well, yeah, because if you use a knife that's like too broad, when you make your pocket, you're gonna get a big gash, which is great if you have a bigger piece of meat. But what's gonna happen is you can't seal that back up. Like you can't just go like this and make that a big ass pocket disappear. When it cooks, it's gonna open back up, and you're gonna lose kind of like that.
It's gonna dry out.
You're not gonna have that envelope that you're gonna make with this right here, where we have this big fat cap. So we cut into the fat, down into the actual muscle. Probably put another one right here. Push down a little bit. Put your finger in there. And you're gonna make another pocket. Same thing here. Down into the muscle. Through the
and
fat.
You'll be able to seal these back up.
Yeah, so this
Just
fat, like a nice fat on meat, like grass fed. It's almost like wax. And when you put the clove in there, actually, I'll show you.
Well, you're gonna do whole clove?
Yeah. So what we're gonna
Oh
do?
my god!
No.
Awesome.
So
well, not like a whole clove.
This like a clove of garlic like this. This isn't the best way to do it. There's lots of cool things on the internet to show you how to peel garlic. The way we did it in the kitchen was just press it a little bit just to loosen that skin. Cut into one end, and normally this stem side. And you just pop it, and it'll normally pull at least like a section off, so you can get your finger under there and just peel it off. I've seen videos where you can like put them in a bin, shake the shit out of them, and the shells will come off, the skin will come off. Anyway, we're gonna take a whole garlic like this, since this is a smaller piece of meat. I'm gonna do both sides. I'm gonna cut it to like a sliver, and put that directly in the meat, so you're down in that muscle. That's gross.
It looks gnarly and gross.
But that
At this
fat
point.
that fat is very malleable. So if like you press it and use your body heat and just kind of rub,
Oh
it'll
shit!
like seal it back up
It looks almost like
so that
Play-Doh.
it's gone.
You can't even see where the cut is.
And what that's gonna do is when I put
You can
that
feel it.
like you
You can't even feel that. Oh, you can't even detect where the.
yeah, it's like closed back up. So then when I put the rub on and stuff, and then we cook it, and it's gonna roast. That fat will stay sealed, and you're gonna have a little pocket of garlic in there that's just gonna make like an envelope of steam that's gonna push out and flavor the things around it. Right.
Fuck,
So
that's
take
cool.
the other half of this clove, put it in the next hole, and we'll seal that up. Garlic is all it's same thing like with like bad meat. You know when there's enough garlic in there. And if you're sitting there thinking like, did I put enough garlic in there? Put more garlic in there. And then that's a really dumb statement to make. Like but cooking is intuitive, and there's a lot of like primal things to cooking where like your body, if you listen there, is gonna tell you when shit like when you're shaking seasonings, like when you're like, all right, that's
Pretty
enough,
easy to
you
tell
stop.
when you've overseasoned something.
Yeah, and it's also easy to tell when you underseasoned it. That tickle in your back of your brain that's like, should I give it one more shake? You should give it one more shake.
Yeah, when you're looking at it, you're like, there's no way the entire thing is being.
Ah,
Just lose it.
my clove just fucking evacuated from this kitchen. So, garlic is a little bit of a bitch to peel sometimes, especially when your hands are wet and slimy from meat. Which is why when you're doing things like this, you shouldn't be a jackass and prep this shit first, then do this shit so that your hands aren't sticky, your board's not sticky and wet. Because the skin of garlic and garlic in itself is sticky.
Yeah.
So like it just there's a reason that like store bought garlic that's like pre-peeled and stuff is so great. It's because it is like you don't have to do this. But on the other note, I'm not going to do it today. But if you're doing like garlic and shit, you can save these skins, put them in a bag with like your other vegetable trimmings, and throw that in your freezer. And then you can take that bag, dump it into a pot of water, and just let it simmer. And then you got your vegetable stock. Like this makes great flavoring for like it's not waste. Yeah, the peels, the skins. Things that you aren't going to eat of like vegetables, throw them in a bag, throw them in the freezer, and then on like winter time when that comes, you can make a stock. Yeah, make yourself a veggie stock with all those flavors. Strain it like you would a colander. Put it over a second pot, dump it in, strain all this out, throw that away. But you have a beautiful stock, and it's shit that you were gonna throw away anyway. Anyway, we got another hole, so we're gonna stuff it with shit. Close it with your thumb. Just kind of press it, and the heat of your body.
That is
and
so fucking wild.
The movement of brushing across. I mean, it's not totally sealed. Like if I took my finger and pried it, that hole will reappear.
Yeah.
But it is closed to the effect that like there's not a hole there anymore. Yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna move to the other side. One here, yeah. Probably one in the center here. And then one here. And what I'm doing is going through the fat cap down into the actual muscle. Because the fat cap is a lot of flavor in there for one. But it's gonna, if you only go down through the fat, it's gonna hold all that flavor of the garlic for sure. But you want to get down into the muscle because the muscle is the part that's gonna seep, like that garlic's gonna be able to seep into. The fat cap, it's just gonna sit there. Like it'll be a great flavor, but it's gonna sit in that one little pocket.
Yeah.
Like that dump of garlic that's in your mac and cheese right in the center.
Yeah.
That seasoning. No.
It was like the tiniest little.
I know.
Kind of melt.
But that's what it'll do is it'll make a pocket of that garlic. But if you go all the way down into the meat, the muscles will pull that garlic flavoring through the entire piece. I know. So we got one more hole, so we need one more piece of garlic. I'm going to try to get a little bit smaller piece so they don't have just a half hanging out.
Yeah.
And we can just move over here.
Ooh.
All right. So that's the roast. Stuffed with garlic. I'm gonna wash my hands because I'm gonna mix some spices over here.
This show's about me now.
All
Fuck,
about
who
you.
cares? Cam's doing.
Nobody gives a fuck. All right, so we're gonna do a wet rub on the outside. A wet rub, which means that there is liquids in it. A wet rub means it has liquids in it. Dry rubs are popular because of barbecue culture.
Well, I guess it makes sense.
Dry rub is spices. A wet rub has a liquid in it. Mustards, normally a liquid that has acid to it, like so you use like a mustard, like you can use yogurts. Even yogurts have an acid to them. It's a tenderizer, adds flavor. Again, this is yellow mustard, so it's very potent, but it's very one note as well. Very acidy, but very like one note. Whereas like a stone ground, you're gonna have more complexity to the flavor because you've got the whole mustard seeds in there that are gonna just add a little bit more. Normally, and also with like stone ground mustards, you're gonna have sometimes you'll have beer in there, you're gonna have wine in there. Again, adding to the complexity of the flavor. Yellow mustard, where it's perfectly fine. It's more of a vinegar.
I was wondering because like there's like.
So we're gonna
wondering what this is gonna taste like.
add
The sauce at the rub at the end.
We're gonna add some more ground yellow mustard to it. Just because it smells.
Going for like a tangy.
We're gonna have the tangy, but then we're also gonna have the nice herbs of the rosemary in there, and then you've got all the garlic. I'm gonna put a little bit of garlic in here as well. Not a crazy amount, just a little bit. Just because I like garlic. Everyone loves garlic, but then you're gonna have an even tone on the outside too, and then those little pockets inside. The lamb has a very earthy flavor to it. We're gonna put rosemary in there. I just shook it until it felt right. You could use fresh rosemary in here, but with something like this, it's not gonna matter because you got liquid on top of liquid, and fresh herbs are good for like pan searing. Like fresh herbs are for like faster things, and dried herbs are for longer cooking things, so it has time to open up the flavors and get everything going. But yeah, simple sauce that's gonna be on the outside coating of this. We're gonna use all of it for this. I'm not saving any of this, so we can just cross-contaminate back into that bowl as much as our heart desires. If you've ever just wanted to cross-contaminate, this is the time for it. I shouldn't have said that. But we're going to spread that all around the outside. Just yellow it up. So you're going to coat the entire fucking thing. Slather that shit on the ends too. Anywhere that you can see, you want coverage. This will also make like a crust. This on the outside, when those fats start to cook, fats are going to caramelize. The wet rub itself is going to get it's going to get that same consistency of like, you know, when you've got barbecue sauce on a grill and it gets like that caramely. That's what's going to happen.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna make a.
It's not gonna be like a crunch.
No, not like a cracker crust, but like it's gonna make a barrier that's an outside crust. But that's it. That's once that's on there, put it in the oven at like 325, 350, somewhere in that ballpark. I can't tell you a time frame on when it's going to be done because each piece of meat's a different size. It's going to cook at different time frames. But solid like 45 minutes. Pull it, look at it. If it looks like it's getting close, take a temp on it. And if it's not at like that 145, put it back in.
Oh.
That's the whole thing.
What temp is it at? You cook it at? You're gonna cook it.
We're gonna. You have it at 320. I'll probably turn it up to 350 just because I want I wanted to get a little bit more crispy on the outside, and we got that big fat cap, so then it's gonna render down, and that fat's gonna render down, make some nice juices on the bottom for it to cook in.
I'm gonna lift it up.
Was it good? Good to come
Oh, I
out.
didn't check it yet. There you go.
You can see the little bit of caramelization you got
Yeah.
going on there. It's got
It's just
good
a
color.
little bit there. That's my Gruyere mac and cheese.
I'm gonna put this in.
We-
Yeah, that was good.
Alright.
I'm gonna set a timer for 40 minutes. I'm gonna turn the temp up from 325 to 350, and then timer for 40. It's a smaller roast. That roast is probably about 2 pounds. Bigger roast is gonna take longer. Smaller roast less time. 40 minutes is a nice checking point because like it's still cold. Like it's gonna take a minute for it to get up to a reasonable temp. Oh, we're recording.
Yeah.
I didn't do the prep yet.
Well,
I said I was gonna get zooted, come inside and start prep.
prep is part of cooking. Producer Brad checking in.
Just realized until we get like cookies and cake, I'm not really cooking anything. We're just plating.
Oh, like the lamb shit?
Yeah. Because like I
Well,
bought
lamb
feta,
have to-
I bought hummus. I'm not making hummus.
But doesn't the lamb have to cook?
We cooked the lamb yesterday.
Oh,
So today what we're doing
We eat
is
it cold?
slicing. Going to, but now with that judgment look.
no, it's not. It wasn't a
want
judgment.
to.
I just showed the dish.
I was gonna slice it thin.
I love eating cold shit.
I was gonna slice it thin and have the
Everybody loves something
non-warm,
cold.
and then the tomato, these veggies. I was gonna roast and have those be warm, the non-warm, meat cold, cheese cold, hummus cold.
Sounds awesome. You do it. I just didn't know. I didn't know what the dish was. I'm gonna do color correction and make us look like the Simpsons.
Don't do that.
You gotta say, Marge,
No.
I'm a chef.
Extremely uncomfortable right now. Can you get the ketchup out of there?
Yeah. I'm that kind of zooted where it's like even this feels like an adventure.
It's gonna be right in fucking front of you. It's
Oh.
right in fucking front of you.
I think I have. So I get look like a bomb goes off. We got flashbangs. I don't know fucking shit about what I'm doing. I'm gonna steal one of these tendies. Cheers. I'm gonna think about that lamb all goddamn day.
Goddamn good.
Think about that lamb.
No.
Can I eat that lamb?
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 But I've started doing vocal snims in the car by myself a lot. But I also like around everybody else. Weedy, weedy. Weedy, weedy, weedy. Get out here, give it. Don't respect you.
Just sloppily putting some parchment paper in here so
No, wait.
that
We're doing a show. Oh, I like almost forgot. What are you doing right now?
I was telling you, I was putting parchment paper in the bottom of the pan. I had some tomatoes downstairs that I bought that were probably on sale, and I forgot about them. So they're a little wilted.
So you're serving them to us.
Yeah, they're wilted, but they're still good. So what I was gonna do was leave the tomatoes whole. They're not massive, and they'll roast up really nice. A little garlic. Slice up some onions. Toss it in some grapeseed oil. So we're gonna use grapeseed oil,
Oh,
which is
usually pretty loaded up on them.
grapeseed oil is fine though.
What's
Oh, we do have olive oil. Fuck you, grapeseed oil. Grapeseed oil is good for like roast baking and shit like that. But olive oil is gonna go really nice with the tomatoes and onions and garlic.
Alright.
It's a classic. I'm gonna cut off the top of the onion.
Tips of your fingers.
Do what? No, my fingers are there, so I don't chop off
I know.
fingers. Peel the outside layer off.
Well, statement made no sense.
It's fine.
My fingers are there so I don't chop off my fingers. So you're one of the people who can cut onions without tearing out.
Sharp knife. Use a sharp knife.
I used to use a deli slicer at the restaurant.
That's not a sharp knife. That's a
I guess it's tearing it to pieces,
yeah.
but like precisely.
So we're gonna cut this. I cut it in half. I cut both ends off because I'm gonna do slices. I'm gonna do it this way instead of going this way because I want that like crescent, nice chunk. But you cut it in half, take the skin off, and then you just follow your fingers, and then turn it so you're not cutting in that weird slice area. Just do it again. Nice slice. The same thing with the other half. Yeah, listen to that little voice when it tells you to do good things, not bad things. And then just cut it kind of thin, turn it, cut it again. Got sliced onions. And when you do it, like don't go fast like that. Even if you know what you're doing, you shouldn't. It's a blade. Go slow and steady with what you're comfortable at. Olive oil, just a good amount of olive oil. Just let it live in that shit. We have pre-minced garlic because after cooking yesterday with garlic, I didn't want to fucking do that shit again. So just a big old glob in there. Do a little bit more.
Glob it up.
And then we're just gonna go classic, what everyone's got in the cabinet, some Italian seasoning. Open up that pour spout side and just shake it. Just let it go.
What is it?
It's Italian seasoning.
Oh.
So we got Italian seasoning, garlic, onions, cherry tomatoes. We're gonna salt it just a little bit. Throw some more salt at it when it comes out. So we'll taste it then.
So wait, before we go on, like, what are you aiming for, flavor-wise here?
Oh,
you
so
mentioned like Mediterranean, right?
yeah, we're doing so with the lamb, we're gonna slice it and do like a board with some naan. I got some pre-made hummuses, some feta, and then I got some olives downstairs too. Don't let me forget the olives when I do this plate because I did not bring them up. Now that's your problem. And then we're gonna roast up these tomatoes and onions, get them nice and soft, maybe a little bit of char on them, and then if it doesn't break down on its own, we'll chop it up. Kind of gonna make a sauce, like a little bit of like a
Of this?
yeah, like a little bit of like a salsa going on, but like
Okay.
salsa-esque.
Just without like a runny element.
Well, those tomatoes are gonna pop and be the running element. What else we can fucking do with this is remember those stupid peppers that I forgot to cook yesterday?
The peppers?
Yeah, the ones I talked about yesterday.
Yeah.
Put those in there too. So I'm just cutting the tops off, and then I'm gonna have them. These don't have the seeds don't go too deep in them, so they're like just barely at the top. So,
There you go.
yeah, that's you can see it on your shit.
You have some French fries?
Yeah, you can have some French fries. It's hot over here, so stay right there.
How long does that cook for?
Those done.
Fine.
Lamb from yesterday. This is the mustard rosemary lamb. I'm gonna cut here because we got all this butcher twine. It's gotta come off. The reason that's on there is to keep everything tight.
I was just about to ask.
Yeah, no, I saw it on your face. To keep everything tight while it's cooking, so it doesn't get too hot. Cook the outsides, get like an even cooking temperature all the way through. You know, so you don't get like air pockets and all that fun. Throw that in your scraps and shit. Don't want to eat that. And then I'm gonna cut it in medallions. So right here, real thin, so that it's like
That shit looks good.
garlic cloves in there. So we're getting like that, you know, the shitty salami that your mom would buy at the deli. It had the peppercorns in it. Nothing wrong with that salami though. I fucking love that shit. It's just not good for you.
I would pick the peppercorns out and then eat the rest of it.
You didn't like the peppercorns? Oh my god. You could have saved me all your peppercorns. I would make a peppercorn sandwich. That was my favorite part. I'd like dig through the pack looking for the one that had like 3 peppercorns in it.
Hey, Hey, Gidget.
Dog's doing bad shit.
Being a bad bitch on here. Gidget, don't go right back to it. I'm off camera so you can't see that.
Just
I'm
hear
not
smacks. Just beating the fuck out of that dog. The dog wasn't even in here. He was just clapping.
If she was there, I was doing that right next to her face. She was just still
Trying to cover for you. And
sniffing.
just, like,
I wasn't hitting the
Here,
dog.
you want to try it?
I'll strength. Fuck yeah. That was a transition. Holy shit. Okay. I get it. Like the eating it cold. Get out of here. You're not getting any lamb.
When? Don't yell at her shit like that. Come here, Gidget. You can have some lamb.
You don't. What have you done?
She lives here too. She can try it.
I don't like her. You want this, Gidget?
Like, feta might not make it to dinner.
I'm gonna eat a lot of this feta. Ever tell you the time that we got stoned and we had grocery shopping and we ordered like 2 pounds of feta cheese?
You told me that story while we were planning this deal. So we're gonna do an even split. Last slice is yours, mine.
Oh, yeah.
This feta's delicious. Wait.
Yes.
You know, dude,
Only fair. For ourselves.
we did all the work.
Oh my god.
It was nice, right?
Oh. I could do a sandwich of just this.
That'd be really nice. Actually get a stone ground mustard, put it on,
Yeah.
like a sourdough.
Yeah, the flavor is just like fucking awesome. You're just so mad looking at me right now.
You're gonna have so much shit to edit out of just us standing here going, oh, what will we do now?
Well, I don't have to be recording. Stop it. I'm not giving you this. No fucking way.
The tomatoes are
Just
the tomatoes are now starting to sizzle in there. So they're actually cooking now.
sit your ass down.
You give a dog lamb and suddenly she thinks it is all for her.
Oh, this feta is like juicy.
Nice.
Again. Stop it. Get the hell away. Here it is. 1950s guy who just had 6 martinis for lunch getting back into his Cadillac. I wonder what my bitch wife is making for dinner. Housewife completely zoomed out on lithium. And then it's just in parentheses, encasing a whole ham in Jell-O. There's something really tickled me about that. Oh, you ever look at ads for like mayonnaise and stuff, and then they'd be like, "Here's a suggested recipe," and you'd be like, "That is the fucking craziest thing I've ever heard of."
Didn't have taste buds then. They were just throwing shit at.
They had no idea. People, they were putting mayonnaise on the wackiest shit, or like Jell-O. Like, yeah, that's what people want. The savory Jell-O.
So they're not done yet, but they're close enough that within the next few minutes. But we got all the juices from the tomatoes. I'm gonna give it another like 5 minutes, which I'm gonna put the naan in, brush it a little bit, throw it in, and let it cook with it. This shit's hot as fuck.
Yes.
But you get a little bit of char there, so that you're gonna get that nice flavor going. Fucking dog behind me again.
Get out of here.
But yeah, 5 more minutes. We're gonna prep the naan, and then when that comes out, we'll dump it in a bowl. Yeah.
Get a shot of the glorious plate of lamb and feta. Shit.
All right, naan. We're gonna olive oil it up. Not crazy, just a little bit.
Did you get it on all of them? Oh, you're fine.
And then I'm gonna go over with a brush. And this isn't like some secret knowledge. It says this shit on the back of the bag.
Yeah.
A little bit olive oil, just so it gets a little crispy. Yeah, we throw that in the oven for about 5 minutes. That's not gonna be 5 minutes. Like, this oven's hot as fuck. Probably like 3 minutes. Sneak a little piece of feta. Want some lamb?
Oh my god.
It's so nice together too.
Yeah.
I forgot to drain the juice off this before, so I could. I'm gonna dump
Get out of here.
I should have cut these up. I'm an idiot. Remember when I was
You
like, they're gonna pop and save all the juices? Like, that is true. But I have to cut these smaller because we don't have a food processor. So we can show how you can do this without a food processor. So there's that plus. But what I'm gonna do, this board has a groove cut around the outside that's gonna catch excess liquid as I chop these. If you don't have that, put a towel under that shit. Because
I was wondering what the ridge was. I figured because I saw it just picking up like the water and stuff.
yeah, so but the if you have a food processor, not like a well, a blender works too, but like a food processor, just like a rotating blade, pulse it a couple times. This would be amazing. So we're just gonna rock it back and forth, just large chunks.
Let's go.
And we're just making little veggie hot salsa, I guess. Hot salsa sounds terrible. But I don't. It's just gonna be a dip. It's a warm dip. Put it on the plate with the lamb and the cheese, olives.
Are you chopping up feta too to mix into this, or
No, the feta will not go in this. What you're gonna do is that feta is gonna be on the plate, so you can like. The thing, we're gonna put all the options on the plate, and you're gonna every bite's gonna be unique, so you don't get bored. Well, yeah, not so much. You know how you eat the same thing over, like you get like almost maybe that's an autism thing too, but where you get like through the half the plate, and you're like, I'm sick of eating this same bite over and over again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now it looks like a sloppy mess, but it'll be tasty as fuck.
Nice.
The naan is nice and ready. I'm gonna scrape this into this bowl right here where I have the extra juices. Bring that cutting board to me.
That's where the juices are?
Yeah, so I drained the juices off.
I thought you didn't want the juices.
I didn't want the juices on the board.
Yeah, get it a little bit closer.
Spoon is ungodly hot.
There you go. Okay, you can put it down.
Came out of the dishwasher. Feel how hot that shit is.
Did you empty out any of the juices you had, or are you going to use it all? Is it going to be too runny? Or is it like the perfect
No,
consistency?
it'll be nice.
You want it like you said, almost like a salsa, right?
Yeah.
Alright, I usually don't even like any of this stuff when I eat it.
Well, we're taste testing it right now to see what we need to add to it. So right now,
That's actually like a really good consistency. I don't like onions.
but what it needs, salt.
No, I think we used it.
Wait. So what's gonna happen is that salt is gonna brighten all those flavors underneath the tomatoes.
Did you mix in garlic already?
I cooked garlic in it.
Oh, okay.
Hang on.
So this is gonna brighten it.
That salt is gonna bring a lot of that shit to life. So before we add anything else, just
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
need salt.
Okay. No, black pepper? Too much? Gives me a headache. Oh, I got headaches on here.
Too strong.
Not that it's like too.
Like the flavor is too strong. Like your
Like,
palate's
I
picking
can
it
feel-
up too.
Yeah, like it goes straight to my head. I can feel it in my temples when I have too much black pepper. Like smell it, get a big huff of it.
I'm not laughing at you. That seems ridiculous to me.
I know.
Like I understand the concept. Like I get it. Like it's too.
Since I was a kid, I get a little huff of black pepper and just goes straight to the dome.
So we have 4 different hummuses. We have a cilantro jalapeno, roasted red pepper, classic hummus, or a garlic hummus. Then we have like a warm tomato. Well, I'm putting that on your plate anyway. You know what you were supposed to do and you didn't?
What?
See how I'm plating this shit up?
Yeah.
Everyone else like, don't let me fucking forget the olives.
Oh.
Simple plate. You see it?
Yeah, you can see it.
This is the roasted tomatoes that we did, Greek olives, lamb, feta.
Okay. Keep going.
Our assortment of hummuses that we got at Aldi. Fresh from Aldi.
It's an Aldi plate.
It is an Aldi plate.
We're an Aldi fan.